see wetin happen to me when I dey chase Charlie make he no beat him son. Hospital, they say my wound has not even healed, or it has not even started, so they are trying to clean it and make sure it's red before they and the thing is paining me badly. Damn. I mean, a serious matter. They won't give me injection. You see, they're giving me injection. Ouch! Doctor said that with this injection, I won't take the antibiotic Bicham again. So I think this one is a better one that can heal me faster. Ouch! Now wow, they don't dress the leg. See my leg. They have dressed my leg. Oh, I will come back on Thursday again. They've dressed it. Doctor said the thing never heal at all. So I no go wear shoe for party because the care is not taken. Honey, I don't dey hospital. The face don't change. Look at the face of the leg now. Although doctor said it's not there yet, but by the time I come next, it will have been the kind of face he wants. So they want to still dress it again. And so this leg, a joke I call am. Close it by dáadáa. Ṣé kò má tàn? Okay. And that day I come when you dey clean am, e dey painful pass today. I mean, this is it today. Oh, this is the leg today. I think it's healing. And you see, the wound is looking good though, and it's healing. It's healing properly. I want to close it again.
I just want to spend some alone time with her.
Honey, look at my leg. It's better. It's drying. It's better. It's drying up. This is the leg. Oh, it has healed. It has healed. Oh, glory be to God. It has healed. There's nothing God cannot do. It has healed. Thank you, Jesus. Today is very emotional for me. Today, 28th of May 2022, marks it 1 year since my father passed. High Chief Francis Imodibi Ebegesin. Until his death, he was the Seki of Imiakana in Okbela, Edo State. He was the highest chief in Okbela. And we miss him. We loved him. We love him. But God loves him most. In that period, by this time last year, I remember I was in Delta State working when the call came that my dad had passed. As we battled with his illness at the hospital in Awuchi for a couple of days. He didn't struggle for too long. He got it exactly how he wished for. He always said that when it's time for him to start bedridden or making his children carry him here and there, that God should take his life. Yes, he suffered stroke for 4 years, but he was never in one place. My father drove his car till April, and he died in May. So his stroke was the type that came and he will be well. It will come again, we'll treat him, he will be well, back and front. You know, for 4 years. I remember the first or the second time he got struck by that stroke. I was in Rotterdam in Netherlands, and I was called that he fell in the toilet, and the toilet seat had broken and all of that. I had sent money down for it to be fixed, and he was rushed to the hospital and taken care of. The truth of the matter is that my father was a very strong man. I miss him a lot. During, I think on the 23rd I had to stay back to finish my job in Delta State, where I was working when he passed. And because of he was a high chief, he couldn't, we were not allowed to put him in mortuary, so we buried immediately. By 23rd, when I arrived, Ukbela was the wakekeeping, and then 24th, was the burial in the morning. And I think on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken, I think 4 days later was the second wakekeep, and that very day something terrible happened. My younger brother was trying to beat his son, and I was trying to stop him. The boy was on top of Okada. As he wiped him the very first wire, because he had this wire on his hand, the boy just left the bike and the thing fell on my leg. Before they could raise the bike up, my leg was burnt, as you can see in this video clearly, badly. And we just put engine oil on it, and the pain was so much, but I went for the wakekeeping all the same, sat down all through the night till the morning. And the next day I thought it was a joke. The leg just started looking funny, and then I was told that I should use penicillin ointment on it, which I used. I never knew that penicillin was not used on a burnt that already had some water inside. You see that it will look kind of dry, but at some point it started having water inside, and then the penicillin ointment was soaking it rather, and then the next thing it turned into a wound. By the time I left the village after a week, because I was there for a whole week for the whole burial and the Thanksgiving before I left, my leg was almost turning into something else. When I came to Lagos, I couldn't even drive because it was on my right leg. One of my tenants took me to the clinic, and I was given a tetanus injection, and they gave me antibiotic. But the pharmacist there, or the chemist person, didn't tell me how to take the antibiotics he gave me. I think he told me, instead of every 6 hours, he told me to take in the morning and in the night. So it wasn't working well. But the swelling went down, the pain reduced. And then I spoke to a friend of mine. We're just talking, and I said, oh, I've been home, I've not gone anywhere, this is what's happening to me and all. She then told me to use red and yellow capsule, tetracycline, yes, that's the name, tetracycline, and she pour it inside the engine oil and be applying it. So I started doing that. This is me that don't believe in self-medication. No matter what is wrong with me, I go to my doctor, I call my doctor, even if it's a headache, and then I started applying that, and the face of the wound started drying up, so I thought it was healing. So, and then of course you guys know that 19th of June was my 41st birthday. It was supposed to be my 40th birthday party in 2020, but because of COVID it was moved to April. Then my godmother, Dr. Joe Dumaki, lost her husband. I had to pay respect to that relationship, so I moved it to May. My father also died, and I moved to June, and before I finally did it, a month after my father died was when I did that party. I didn't even wear shoe, but because my dress was a ball dress, people didn't notice I didn't even have a shoe on. Where the leg to even wear the shoe. Now moving on. So that very day, I think a few days later, I went to take COVID vaccine. One of my tenants also took me to take the COVID vaccine because I couldn't drive. And then my decorator insisted I must come to the hall for her to show me what she was doing. So I went to the hall. While I was there, I just said to myself, since I came out, let me just go to my doctor. So I went to my doctor. My doctor said, what? First thing he asked was, do I have diabetes? I said, no. Do my father have diabetes? No. My mother? No. He now said, okay, thank God, because the way this your leg is looking, if you have diabetes, now to cut them. I say, God forbid. Then they started treating my leg. For them to even get it to be clean enough for the treatment to start entering was war. They had to give me injections and all. They had to give me injections and all of that. Some people were saying it's spiritual. They want to cut my leg. They want my enemy to sit in the wheelchair because I came to bury my father and all of that. I said, I did what I'm supposed to do. It was my duty to bury my father when he's passed. So why will anybody want to hurt me because of that? I said, look, my people, I don't know how people see village. You see village that is full of witches. My own people in my own village, they love me. They love me. They adore me. And nobody has done this. This is something that happened and I handled carelessly. it's all on me. I don't want to believe it's any evil. I mean, so people, they were just talking, this one go talking, that one go talking. I kept praying to God that my father passed, and I went home to do the honorable thing to send him to his maker with respect that he deserved. So if anybody is frowning at that and wants to hurt me because of that, he won't succeed. She won't succeed, whoever it is. And I said, I don't believe in that anyway. Like I said, my family loves me. My people love me. The whole of Okpela adores me. So I don't believe in any crap anybody was saying. So whoever was coming to tell me that nonsense, I kept blocking until I struggled with this leg for months. I didn't leave my house for about 2 months plus. And then finally, I got the results. My leg was healed. And thank God I'm fine. Today is 1 year anniversary of my father's passing. I just want to thank God for my life and thank God for his own life. He lived a good life. He died at 86, and for me it was celebration of life. And those of you who are still upset that I didn't call you for the burial, it was just so impromptu and I couldn't want bother anybody far away. But I've promised you guys that as soon as the family decide a new date, we're going to be having a final burial reception and remembrance together. It might not be next year or upper year, but anytime it is, I'll definitely give you guys what do you call it, a good time to prepare to join me in my hometown in Okpela to send my father home as you would like, since you felt you were cut off. I love you guys. It's only people who love you that will be angry that you didn't allow them share in your sorrows as well, as because I mean they share in your joy all the time. Why won't you let them share in your sorrows as well? So I agree with them. So as soon as possible, maybe next year when we do the next remembrance, I'm going to invite you guys so we do a final burial reception for my dad and the remembrance together. I love you guys. Continue to pray for my family. We miss my dad a lot, and I know that he's in a better place in heaven right now. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the love. Thank you, Okpela. Thank you for everyone who came out en masse to bury my dad with us. Thank you so much to my siblings, to my mothers. Thank you guys, to my cousins, to my uncles, all of you were just amazing. You people did not let us feel the pain that we were passing through at the time. Thanks to all the Seki, the Daldos, everybody. Thank you to all the youths, Asogwas, all of them. I love you guys. Thank you, and thank you again.